Hey, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. It's afternoon now. Yay, finally. I'm just making sure we are absolutely online because I want to get started. Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Wellness Wednesday. All right, let me get out of this so we can focus on you guys. Hi. Okay, so it's hot. I got the messy bun going on because it is hot out here. Those of you that have been following my personal page, I am doing much better. Thank you. I think we're finally making that turn, me and my husband. Just to catch you up for those that don't follow me on my personal page, we all caught the coronavirus, and first it was Ian, then Erica, then Aaron, and then me. I held on as much as I could, and then finally got succumbed to it. We're all doing well. The symptoms were super mild. What else can I share with you? So yeah, we're back on the mend. So welcome. It's Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. We're gonna dive into natural solutions and how they can help you feel whole again. Before we get started though, we're going to spend 2 minutes on ourselves. That's super important to me because people tell me all the time they don't have time for themselves, and I want to change that because I think that's going to set you on a course to more health problems later down on the road. And let's start changing those habits today. Okay, so grab your favorite essential oil, whatever you got lying around next to you, wherever you are. Today I've got Island Mint, which is today's BOGO. And because it's hot and it feels very tropical in here, yeah, I want some smelly stuff too to bring me into the traffic. So you know the drill. You put 1 drop in your hand. Everybody, rub your hands together, and then we're going to do 2 to 3 deep inhales. Okay, here we go. Woo, that's 1. Tropical island in my nose. I love it. Yes. Oh yeah, and that was one of the symptoms I did not get was I have my sense of smell, thank God. But if you have issues with sense of smell, there is a protocol pinned to the Facebook group. Just search for the pinned stuff, and there's a protocol. I think it's like 6 essential oils that you inhale from an inhaler, something similar to this, and you just imagine what that smell like. You just kind of over and over tell you this smells like flowers, it smells like a rose, it smells sweet, it smells floral, and then over time, I think it's like 6 months, you're going to start to regain your smell back. At least that's what they tell me. Okay, all right, I hope that was got you guys going, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen like I do, right? And we'll get started. We're getting started. All right, just waiting on my computer to do the thing. And we'll get started. So grab your water, pen and paper. There's a ton of information we're going to go over today because I think this is a perfect time to really dive into why this is important to me. Why do I even bother sharing these oils with you and this information with you? So let's get into it. Okay, natural solutions for healthy, empowered living. This class is perfect for anyone that already has the oils and you just need like a little refresher. Like, how do I use these oils that are still, not open and I haven't used them because I don't have the need for them right now. This is also perfect for the person that's like, I don't know what essential oils are. I don't know anything about them, but I like using natural products around my home because I have little kids or a dog or pets, and you want to use safe products around them and you don't want them to get ill. Or this is for the person that just wants to watch me talk. I don't know, whatever. You guys figure that out, and let's get started, okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to be drinking a lot of water because it's hot and I need to keep hydrated. All right. So a little bit about me. I'm just a mom with a very hyper kid that I couldn't get to go to bed at a decent time because he gets super amped up. He doesn't want to miss out on life. He has severe FOMO. And one night, it was really bad. He was just bouncing off the walls, getting his sister worked up. And I remembered my aunt giving me some doTERRA samples, like 6 of them. And one of them was lavender. And she said, this one's for calming effects. And I'm like, okay. And I asked Ian, I said, would you want to try some essential oils? You want to give that lavender a try? And he's like, sure, okay. So I applied just a little bit on his chest. And within a minute, he stopped jumping on the bed. He got under the covers and passed out. And I thought, yes, a win for me. Let's go, Aaron. Let's go watch some TV and, do adult things. It wasn't until the next night I went in to say goodnight to the kids. They were both already like in bed, about to fall asleep. I was just going in to, say goodnight and tell them I love them. And Ian's little head popped up and said, Mom, can I have some lavender? And I thought, at the time he's 6 or 7. And I'm like, what 6 or 7-year-old is going to ask for essential oils? So I was like, there's something to this. And it was, when I learned about the 3 cool things about oils and how to use them and all that fun stuff that you're going to learn today, I still didn't think I needed them. I was like, I don't think this is for me. It wasn't until I found out about Co-Impact Sourcing and Healing Hands Foundation that I was like, shut up, I don't care about the oils. Where do I sign? And yes, I can make some extra cash on the side. Sure, sign me up for that. So I was already making money on the side with my photography. And I thought, why not? A little extra couple $100 would be kind of fun, a little play money, because I was already working full time. The current job at that time, I was working for a food broker and our only client was Costco. So what that means is I was supporting vendors, food vendors, like Smithfields. I'm trying to think of the big ones. Tabasco was one. I'm trying to think who else it was. It's been so long. Yeah, I can't think of any right now. And we would present their food to Costco. I would cook it up and the buyers would eat it and they would, go back and forth and then, see if the quality and quantity they could provide was a fit for Costco. That's what I did. And then, I got laid off in 2019 and then just kind of focused on doTERRA and the kids. Right now, I'm currently a part-time, I eventually did find something, a part-time cafeteria lady at my son's middle school. He's going to be in 8th grade next year. So this is his last year, but it's going to be okay. Once he goes, then I've got Erica. Erica will start Woodland the following year. So I'll have 6 years there at least. Okay. All right, well, let's get started. So do you feel safe or do you need safe, effective, and affordable health solutions? If you're tired of the medications that you're using, or you find that they don't work, or you need, over time, you need something stronger, or you're just sick of the whole Dr. Rocha where you're bouncing around doctors, there's a solution for you. It's in natural, safe. And we're going to dive right into that, okay? Because you have choices, my friends. All right, so here's our first option that we have that everybody is familiar with. It's the modern approach. That's the hospitals, the doctors. Anytime we've got a symptom, we try to take care of it at home with, our own little remedies that we've been, tried and true since, grandma. And, after a while, it's not getting any better. So that's when we go see our doctor, right? And on average, he'll spend 5 to 7 minutes with you to talk about what's going on with your symptoms. But I find that and this is not even just me, I mean, even the professionals like nutritionists and chiropractors will say they don't spend enough time with you to get to the root cause of the symptom. They just are thinking, what kind of medication can I give you to give you some relief? But they never really heal what is actually causing the symptoms. So it's just kind of like this merry-go-round. And what ends up happening is like you try, the diet and exercise, like they tell you, like try this first, and then we'll put you on some kind of low dosage medication. And if we don't see any improvement with your numbers, then we're going to give you something stronger. Well, over time, your body, because you're never getting to the root cause of it, it just gets more inflamed and it gets worse. And then other things start to pop up and you're like, okay, first I had this issue and now I've got, you're not getting enough sleep, or you're feeling pain, or, it just snowballs into other problems. And then you go back to your doctor and he gives you something stronger. And then it gets to the point where, okay, now you need surgery. And our bodies aren't meant to go under surgery for every little thing. I know there's life-saving surgeries. I'm not talking about those. Okay, I don't want you to get those things twisted. I'm talking about, when you've got like a sore throat or, back pain or something neck pain, and it just goes in, it triggers into other things. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any healthier. We're spending 6.5 trillion a year globally, and they're very good at reactive healthcare. Like when it's an emergency, and then we need those, like when you break a leg and those that sort of thing. But when it's like little tiny things, we just don't want them to balloon into bigger things. So this is our second option. It's a natural approach where these products actually get to the root cause. We, after a while, after talking, after investigating, having conversations, we get to the root cause. For an example, this story came from a chiropractor that I talked to, and he said that he had a patient that had chronic like severe head tension. Okay, and it was all his adult life, and he tried everything under the planet, doctors after doctors after doctors. He tried all the medications, and some would work, but then he would have other ailments, side effects from the medications that he didn't like. So he would stop taking them, the migraines would come back. So he went to this chiropractor that I was talking to, and the chiropractor probably spent a half hour with him, just kind of going over the history, and finally said, so when did they start? And he said, when I was in Vietnam, an explosion happened and it knocked him off his feet. And he remembers waking up at the hospital with a severe head tension migraine. And he said, well, let's take a look at, how did you fall? Like where, do you have any memory of that? And he's like, yeah, I remember landing really hard on my back, like the neck area, back and neck area. So the chiropractor then realized he had some kind of issue with his neck, and was able to adjust that, and with other protocols, they were able to give him some relief from these migraines. So that is kind of the same approach as the natural approach. We just get to the root cause of what is happening, okay? And then you feel better longer. And you're not going to have any side effects. You're going to have side benefits. That's what I like to call it. All right. So what are essential oils? How do you use essential oils? And how do we get them into your home? That's what we're going to cover today in the rest of this class. Let's get to it. doTERRA essential oils are safe and 100% pure. I know a lot of people, a lot of brands say that and can say that, because the FDA is not regulating this $18 billion industry. But they do have to regulate the marketing, because you can't just say things. So for brands to put the label 100% pure, they have to have at least 5% of a pure essential oil in the bottle. So if we're talking about a 15 milliliter bottle size like this, it's about 250 drops. And if 5% has to be pure oil, you're talking about 12 drops of pure oil. The rest is God only knows what, right? Okay. doTERRA's oils are the most tested and most trusted essential oils. And there's a reason for that. So what doTERRA does is they source their plants globally. They just scour the planet, and they will find farmers in these remote, densely, not very heavily populated communities, areas on the planet that are actually, been for generations farming these plants for, anyone on the market that's looking to buy from them. They get to know the farmers very well. They go and they meet with them. They work with the distillers. There's no broker, no middleman. So it's just doTERRA and a farmer and distiller, and then the oil is shipped to the US. And then doTERRA, because they have the means, most companies don't, they test their oils 54 times. And 11 of those are done by third-party labs to make sure there's no contaminants, no pesticides, no microorganisms that they in fact are 100% pure oil. Once you get your oils, there is a lot code on the bottom, and you can see the report from the third-party lab, so you can see for yourself. It's a pure oil. Where am I going with that? Okay, it's a little hot. Here's where you can find most of the essential oils. So some are synthetic, right? Which is petroleum based or coal tar based, and there are labs that can test for those properties, because a chemist can easily take any chemical compound out of petroleum and mimic an essential oil compound like linalool or limonene. Essential oils are also found in our food. I know that's shocking because a lot of people tell me not to ingest my essential oils. And I have to remind them, well, have you had gum? Have you had any peppermint candy in your lifetime? Essential oils have always been a food additive, and that these essential oils are tested by the FDA. The GRAS test, the generally recognized as safe, so that we can take these internally. And then they're going to have on the bottle, not this one, I don't have one in front of me, supplement facts on the side of the bottle. So that's when you know that oil is safe to ingest. Not all of them are, like this Island Mint, because it has spruce in it, for sure, I'm sure. Okay, and then the other essential oils that are floating out there are used for therapeutic reasons, like massage therapists and chiropractors. Those guys are using them. And then there's doTERRA oils. That's just like one notch above the therapeutic stuff. They've coined it certified pure tested grade oils. So yeah, they've set their own standard. Essential oils are effective. We're going to go into that. How do they work? This is how they are. We'll go into like what it looks like. So this is a peppermint leaf, and it's been magnified. And these yellow, oh, my mouse is not there. The little yellow sac you see there, that is the essential oils. So there's 3 ways to extract these oils. It's pressed, hard pressed, cold pressed, whatever you want to call it, distilled, and there's a dissolvent for those delicate leaves and petals that extract the essential oil from there. Yeah, so that's what they look like. How they work. So every essential oil, 1 drop of essential oil has like trillion millions of chemical compounds in them. And once these chemical compounds enter into our system, they attach to the cell. So if there are any doctors or nurses out there, please chime in the comments how our cells work. So let's pretend this is a cell and we have an oily membrane. And the oil attaches to that oily membrane, and then it bypasses it. And because it has that chemical molecule in it, it is now telling the cell its function, because that's how our cells, that's what they're doing inside of our body. They're floating in there, looking for a job. And our body naturally produces chemicals that our cells are searching for. And once the receptor grabs that chemical molecule, it then communicates what that function is. And that's exactly how these essential oils work. We're just supplementing and boosting those chemical compounds in our system when our body cannot produce enough to make us, feel whole and well. All right. That's how it works. So, when you hear or read that when you get traditional medications, from your doctor or at the pharmacy, though most of those are water-based. So when you see 7 to 10 days before you see any effects, that's because it takes longer for the body to those cells to get those chemicals. Oh my gosh. So it takes 28 cups of peppermint tea to equal 1 drop of peppermint oil. So if you guys really like peppermint tea and want that benefit of 1 drop of essential oil, then go ahead and buy a lot of peppermint tea and have fun with that. 28 cups. That's a lot of tea, and I don't know anyone that has time for that. And it's expensive to buy that much tea. Are you kidding me? So yeah, affordable, pennies per dose. Again, a 15 milliliter bottle has 250 drops. So you divide that by the wholesale cost, and it comes to pennies per dose. I think lavender's like at 9 cents, and lemon is 4 cents a dose. So pretty cheap. Because I did my homework. I checked online, CVS on their website, they'll actually break down the unit cost of their medications that they sell. And they can range from anywhere to 80 cents a capsule to, you know, $4, depending on the pharmaceutical. All right, so how to use doTERRA essential oils. Let's dive into that. First, aromatic, everybody, that's like the quickest, most common way to use essential oils. Everybody's very familiar with that on the aromatic side. We breathe it in, or you can diffuse it. Like you can just hold the bottle under your nose and breathe it in, or you can put it in a diffuser. What it does is it opens up your airways. It also boosts your mood because it's hitting the limbic part of your brain, that the seat in your brain, and that's releasing chemicals too. Like when you go to the dentist and they give you that gas, it's that synthetic compounds is hitting that limbic area, and it tells your brain, okay, it's time to release those sleepy calming oils, and then you pass out. And that's how essential oils work. That's the same exact thing. It also freshens the air, or cleanses the air. So what that means is bacteria, germs, they don't thrive, they can't survive in the environment. So it doesn't kill or get rid, it just, they can't survive. So they go elsewhere. They find another place to live. So how to use it? Okay, peppermint, let's talk about that. So peppermint, it cools the body. I could use a little bit of that right now. It helps you stay alert, gives you focus, energy. It helps relieve head tension, just put a little bit on your temples. It promotes feelings of clear breathing. And it also relieves stomach upset when you've eaten something or you're traveling. Wild orange is a powerful cleanser, purifying agent. So you can use that as a household cleaner. I mean, think of how many things smell like oranges and lemons that are cleaners. It supports a healthy immune function as well. And it's uplifting to the mind and body. So if you're looking for that energy boost, instead of running to Starbucks and spending, you know, $8 on a big ass coffee, yeah, 1 or 2 drops of wild orange and peppermint combined, natural energy booster. It gets you out of that funk, and you're going to keep going. I used it a lot when I was working full time, because I would pick up the kids, come home, and be exhausted. I just wanted to just go to bed, but I was like, no, I gotta, you know, get ready for get the kids prepped for tomorrow, make sure they do their homework, and cook dinner. So I had a lot to do before I could go to bed. So I needed that energy. Topical. Yeah, you can apply directly on the skin. I wouldn't put on affected area unless it's a sunburn or burn, but any kind of cuts or abrasions I would put around. You could put, if you're concerned about skin sensitivity, because a lot of people have brought that to my attention, apply to the bottom of the feet. Always try that, and have fractionated coconut oil. And what that does is it holds the oil to your skin, and it doesn't flake off, which is fine. If it does flake off, then you're just a walking diffuser, and everybody's gonna, you know, compliment how awesome you smell. And that's a good conversation starter. Okay. Deep Blue, great for anyone that is that works out, that likes to exercise, people that like to jog, run, do marathons, play tennis, golf. Yeah, any of those kind of activities, you're gonna, you know, put some strain on your muscles. So you just put that on, and you know, it works. It just gets rid of that discomfort. If you have kids, growing pains, it helps with the legs. My kids ask for the blue oil when their legs or any body part is not feeling up to par. Internally, okay, so this is just a third option. If you don't feel comfortable taking these oils internally, you don't have to. Nobody's forcing your head back and shoving oils in your face. It is a comfort thing. Once you do it, you just can't stop. My favorite essential oil to use in water is lemon or green mandarin. I do 1 drop every 4 ounce fluid, or I just do 1 drop and that's enough. You can also do under your tongue. I've used frankincense and copaiba that way, and Melissa, because Melissa is known for better sleep and trauma recovery. You can also, if you're not feeling the flavor, you can also put in a veggie capsule or gel cap and take it like, you know, medication. But always be mindful, make sure it has a supplement fact on the label before you ingest, okay, you guys? And I'm only talking about doTERRA oils, not talking about other brands. Read those labels. If you use other brands, it should probably say aromatically only or maybe topical, okay, but for the most part, those are just for aromatic use. On Guard, yeah, that's gonna boost your immune system. It also, again, you could diffuse to cleanse the air. It just smells warm and inviting, and it's like Christmas in a bottle. Kids always think I'm, you know, baking something when they smell it, especially the neighbor kids. Okay, so let's talk about you guys. Let's focus on you for a second. What are your top health priorities? Now, if you've already gone through this exercise with your wellness advocate, you know, it doesn't hurt to like take a look at your goals again, or maybe you need to adjust, or your life has changed a little bit and something else has popped up. So I want you guys to take a minute or two to really think about, what do you want to feel more or less of when it comes to your health? Are you know, would you want to feel less pain? Would you, do you want better stress management? Are you looking for better sleep? Are you looking for digestive support? Any of those things. So go ahead. I'm going to drink some water. Coronavirus. All right. Hopefully you got something jotted down, because now in the next couple of slides, I'm going to go over how to use these oils, like 2 or 3 things, 2 little, you know, bullet points. And then I want you to go back to your list as I'm going through the oils, and then you write down that oil that is going to help you make you feel less or more, okay? So how can essential oils help you? Let's go right into it. This could be your medicine cabinet, folks. Welcome to your new medicine cabinet. The first shelf here is be prepared for anything. Correctex will replace your Neosporin, which has petroleum products in it. This is all natural plant-based products in it with some essential oils. Oregano, I use it as a kitchen cleaner. It's also great for, oh, I can't think of it at the moment, and totally popped out of my head. Let's move on to peppermint. Peppermint, again, fresh breath, head tension. On Guard protective blend soft gels. That's when you want to take the supplement internally. It's just for convenience. So that's going to help, you know, boost your immune system, keep that immune system in check throughout the day. And it also helps with keeping feelings of overwhelm down as well. Breathe, the stick, Breathe stick. I love that. I keep running out of this because we use it quite often for Erica. It's like VapoRub in a stick form, but again, no petroleum, because we're trying to remove toxins from our home, right? Breathe oil, so you can diffuse with some lavender, get that respiratory support. Digestin, It's going to replace all those tabs and chewables, all that chalk. Yeah, I don't buy that anymore. I love Digestin. I apply that on my abdomen almost every day, every morning before work. Tea tree, great for hair, skin, nails, for your cuticles, for your toes. After I clip my toenails, I like to add a little tea tree on my toes just to give a little extra prettiness, cuteness. Be refreshed with self-care. If you work out or you do heavy lifting like I do at work with the heavy milk crates, it's my neck and my shoulders, you know, especially by Thursday, Friday, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so done with work. I apply that. It's in a stick form, so you don't get your hands messy. And I apply it right on the neck before and after work. And that's been a game changer. You get a little bottle of fractionated coconut oil. It's like a little travel size. So you can take that on the go or keep it in your medicine cabinet. And that's just to dilute the oil, just to kind of, you know, get it all like, so you get every single drop, every single molecule. Lavender for, you know, calming effects. You can take it internally to help reduce anxious feelings. We talked about Deep Blue. The La Luz diffuser is very pretty. It's a glass top. It's very quiet, which is what I like. I moved it into the bedroom because I was so surprised how quiet it is, because sometimes the other diffusers would wake me up in the middle of the night. Adaptive, I mean, that is great just to like shut your brain. Serenity is a restful blend. On Guard, that's a hand sanitizer spray. You can take that on the go with you, spray your hands, carts, door handles, all that fun stuff. And then the daily habits, be healthy with them. This is stuff you're going to use every day, every day, every day. Toothpaste, your supplements, frankincense, keep inflammation down throughout the day, one little drop under the tongue. On Guard on the bottom of the feet, and water. Lemon, drop of lemon in your water. Okay. So are you ready to discover simple solutions? Let's dive right into it. So keep in mind the 3 things you want to feel more or less of, and we're going to, you jot down what oil is going to help you get support. Breathe, we talked about that. You know, anyone that snores or you have a snorer in your house, you can always add this to your diffuser at night with a little lavender, and everybody's going to have a good night. Seasonal threats, environmental threats, like we've got the fire department working on, they're doing a drill out here on a old house that no one's living in anymore. The city owns it, and I think they're burning it down right now. I really do. I think they're burning it to the ground. But they're doing exercises out there, so all that smoke's coming in. So I'm using Breathe for respiratory support today. And again, seasonal threats, pollen in the air, where you just need that, open up those airways. Okay. Digestin, we talked about that a little bit. That is great when you're traveling. You're trying new foods for the first time, or foods that you haven't eaten in a while. You know, your body's like, what is this stuff? It's just going to help you have a healthy gastrointestinal tract. Okay. Adaptive, it helps boost the mood. It's going to help you focus but stay calm, so you're not, you know, losing your mind. And it does increase feelings of tranquility. I mean, I cannot live without Adaptive. I put it on before I go to work. I put it on before I leave the house. I put it on before I pick up my daughter. If I'm going to be around people, I'm going to have Adaptive on me. I remember one time being in line. This was when I was visiting my in-laws in Oregon, and I think we were Christmas shopping. So the place was packed, and they had extra people serving behind the counters. And I remember there was one lady, she's ringing up everyone, and her assistant was just like, Gabby, 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 but it was kind of uncomfortable. And he just didn't know when to like stop talking, because it kept going, and people just want to like get their purchases and, you know, get out, because, you know, there's a big old long ass line and more people coming in. So as soon as I saw that, I was just like, oh my God, I would die if I was that poor girl, you know, ringing up all these people with this chatty Cathy next to me. So I was feeling like I can't be around that. This guy was making me uncomfortable. So I slapped on some Adaptiv. So by the time we got up to the counter, it didn't even bother me that he was, oh God, he was so weird with the stuff we bought. Like he would pick it up, put it back down, then he'd pick it up and put it on the back counter for some reason, and then pick it up again and put it. It was so bizarre. It was really random. But at least, he had a job and he was, giving back to the community somehow. Tea tree. We talked about skin. What can I say? Any kind of scrapes, scratches. I recently got a tattoo on my back, so I had my mom just around the tattoo put some tea tree, just to kind of cleanse the skin and keep it from, getting funky back there, because it's the back. It's hard to keep that clean. We talked about skin irritations, any bug bites or that kind of thing. Oh, lavender's good for that, for bug bites. And it also cleanses the surface as well. So you can use that as a household cleaner as well. Yeah. Lavender, yay, soothes irritated skin. You get a sunburn, you put that right on there, or a little burn from the kitchen. Little burn from the kitchen. It helps with sleep. It calms the mind. It reduces anxious feelings. And we talked about the sun. Okay. Serenity, a restful blends, a restful sleeping environment. It lessens anxious feelings, because a lot of people, especially on Sunday, you guys, because everybody's like anxious about Monday. This is the perfect blend to put in your diffuser every Sunday night. The kids if the emotions are high in your house, serenity. And what it doesn't knock you out. It just cues your body that you're trying to get some sleep, trying to get some rest. Fractionated coconut oil, unscented carrier oil. It's just great delivering essential oils on sensitive skin, sustained delivery on specific locations. And you just use it for dilution, especially if you have kids. You want to dilute the oil, 1 drop of essential oil and like 3 to 4 drops of fractionated coconut oil should be pretty good for the kiddos, okay? Deep blue stick, you roll onto your muscles, use on before working out. I got, because of some of the side effects, symptoms of Corona, you get muscle aches. So we've been using that in the house. Erica said she was not feeling, or had some pain in her body when she was trying to get through it. So we used that quite often. And when I asked her if it worked, she said, yeah. And she kept asking for it. Even if you don't work out, excuse me, guys, even if you don't work out, if you're sitting behind a computer all day long and you're just like this, over time, your neck and your shoulders are going to ache, your wrist, finger, whatever, knuckles, you can apply that on there and you'll be good to go. If you have a kid in athletics, game changer, you guys. Oh my God, because you don't have to worry about them getting it on their hands and them touching their eyes, ears or nose, because it stings, especially if they get in their eye. And it's just an easy application. Even during the game, they could slap that on and they're like, oh, my muscle hurts right here. Boom, boom, boom. One little stroke of the stick and they're out there doing it. Just give it a try. I'm telling you. Don't knock it till you try it. Frankincense, king of oils. If it's good enough for baby Jesus, it's good enough for you, okay? I mean, wise men were onto something and they gave them frankincense and myrrh. And I just discovered that frankincense and myrrh is like freaking powerhouse oils. Because what frankincense does is it's a natural oil booster. So anytime you combine frankincense with any other essential oils, it's just going to boost those other oils. And it's just a wonder. It does everything. So if you're not sure which oil to turn to and you've got something going on, grab your frankincense. I make sure I do not run out of frankincense at all. No. It balances the mind. It lifts the mood. My favorite way to use is right here on my mind's eye before bed. Yes, ma'am. Promote healthy skeletal and nervous systems. Yes. It just keeps inflammation down throughout the day too. Lemon. It naturally cleanses the body. What that means, it supports the cells in our liver. Our liver is the natural detox. You don't need to do detox cleanses, detox juices. You're just drinking juice and your body's filtering it, and that's it. Your liver's doing the work, not the juice, you guys. And the lemon, all it does is supporting the cells that are in the liver. It's not doing anything else, but then just supporting the cells. And the cells are like, let's detox this shit. Okay. What else can I say? It cleanses the surface and neutralizes odors. I mean, how many household cleaners have lemon, scented something in it, right? My favorite way, life hack is if I don't have time to clean the bathrooms, and I've got company over, I will diffuse a lemon and they'll never know. They'll never know. Okay. Soothe the irritated throat. Oh, I learned something new today. I didn't know that. It does help with gas too, with your tummy. It's also good for the tummy. After a heavy meal, you could drink some lemon water. Why do you think Italians give you lemon ice after dinner? I know, I'm losing my mind, you guys. It's so freaking hot. I feel like I'm going crazy. All right. Terrazyme, digestin terrazyme. Yes. So what this is, it's just enzymes that break down the nutrients in our gut, and then we have a happy brain. That's it. Lifelong Vitality Pack. Oh my God. If you are over 40 and not using supplements, please start using supplements. I can't stress that enough, because our bodies just, over time, they just can't produce the same amount of that we did when we were in our 20s. It just doesn't work that way. We start to, lose stuff like our minds. So we have two options to purchase this. You can get the single packs where it's already divided up for you, and you just take a little satchel with you, or sachet, and then you pop it in your mouth and you're good to go. Or you could get the bottles, the trio there. It's their #1 product for a reason. We're going to go into that for a second. All right, so what is the Lifelong Vitality Pack? Well, first, the Microplex VMZ is a bioavailable multivitamin and mineral. So basically, it's vitamins and minerals. If you're taking vitamins, make sure you take the mineral with it, because vitamins do not work without minerals. Vitamins and minerals are 2 out of the 6 things our body needs to feel whole and function as a whole. Okay. Alpha CRX Plus is antioxidant cellular energy. So it keeps the inflammation down throughout the day. And what it does, it keeps free radicals, all those toxins that enter our body, whether we put them in there or not. It keeps those free radicals from attaching to the cells and then causing all kind of gunk. And then we feel tired and low energy and just sluggish and brain fog and all that fun stuff. Because we know inflammation causes 36 diseases. So we want to keep that inflammation down. XC Omega, omega fatty acids 3, 6, and 9. Our body naturally produces 9, but again, our body starts to slow down in producing things. So that's going to help that. And then you want to have a nice balance of 3 and 6, because too much of 3 or too much of 6 cancels out the other. Who knew? Now you do. Omegas are not a sustainable product. So most people will freeze their omegas, which is fine. I mean, that's one way to keep them sustainable. But doTERRA has figured out the 9 essential oils that sustain the omega, so you keep it out on your counter. You open up that bottle, it smells awesome. It doesn't have that fishy flavor. You don't get that burnt fish flavor either. So if that's happening, you have a rancid product, it's not doing you any benefit, and you're wasting your money. That's all I'm going to say about that. Excuse me, sorry, it's the leftover stuff. Be healthy with daily habits. So if you need more energy, less discomfort, better mood, improve the quality of your life, try these daily habits. So this is what your routine is going to look like. Going to take 2 capsules. I always recommend if you're going to start that Lifelong Vitality Pack to take half the dose first for the first 2 weeks. And if you don't notice a difference, then take the full dosage, which is 2 capsules each with morning and noon meals, or you can do PM. It's just depending on your habits. There's no wrong way. Then you want to take your Digestin Terrazyme, 1 to 3 capsules with each meal. It depends on what type of meal you're having. If it's a huge meal, yeah, 3 capsules, especially heavy fried foods, 3 capsules for sure. If it's like a light meal, like a salad, you just need 1. Lemon, again, it's cleansing, 2 to 3 drops of water 2 to 3 times a day. Supports that liver, the cells, because the cells in your liver rejuvenate every 120 days. So those cells are active for 120 days longer than most cells, which are somewhere in the average of 60 to 80 days before they rejuvenate. When do they rejuvenate? When you are sleeping. That's why it's important to sleep 7 to 8 hours a day, is so your cells can rejuvenate. You're like rebooting your entire system. When you turn off your computer, same concept. You're just rebooting your system. Frankincense, cellular support, 2 to 3 drops under your tongue and swallow. Don't like it under your tongue, take it in a veggie cap. On Guard, 2 to 3 drops in water. Some people find that it's very spicy and it might like burn the mouth area. Again, put it in a gel cap or take the soft gels. Balance, 2 to 3 drops on the bottom of the feet to keep you grounded. That's the first oil I smell in the morning when I first wake up, especially when I've got, kids to take to school. I got to get myself to work. I've got 100 things I need to take care of. I got to work on my small business. I got to work on my fundraiser. It keeps me grounded so I can get all those things done and feel accomplished. PB Assist Plus is a probiotic, dual capsule probiotic. You want to take one of those once a day. You need probiotics for healthy gut, floral. It helps reduce depression. It also helps reduce anxious feelings. It boosts serotonin naturally in your body, and you need those things so you feel better more often. That's the name of the game. How do you get these life-changing oils in your home? Let's find out. All right, first, well, there should have been a slide here. This is one way. This is below wholesale, where you can get these oils like at even deeper discounts. And doTERRA is going to waive the $35 membership fee, so you get a free membership for the whole year. This kit is perfect for the person that just wants to dip their toe in. They just like, let me try this, if this is gonna, if this is a lifestyle I want, because it is a lifestyle. You don't dabble with essential oils, because if you're dabbling, you're just never going to see results. And I want you to see these results. That's the whole point of why I even have these classes, because I'm trying to drive it into your brains that I want you to see the results that you are looking for. Stop searching everywhere else. It's right in front of you, but you have to be consistent. Okay, you guys. What you're going to get in this kit: lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, in a 5 milliliter, so about 85 drops. Okay. The oil blends: Deep Blue, Breathe, On Guard, Digestin. So these are the top oils every member in doTERRA turns to on the daily. This kit total, you're going to save $25 plus a $35 membership. So that's what, 60 bucks right there you're saving in your pocket. The Pebble Diffuser is super cute. I have it over here. Let me go grab it. It's super, super cute. Let me fix it. Okay. Look how cute this is. Little teeny tiny. So you see this. It's perfect for your desk, next to your bedside, in your home office, in your camper. If you like to travel, this is a nice little, here, let me put it up here. It's super cute. You just add water. There's like a little marker on how much to put in, and you want to use 2 to 3 drops of any oil. You can do a combination or single, whatever you want to do. And then that's it. If you add any more drops to that, like 5, 6, 10, whatever, you're just wasting those oils. And I don't want you to waste your oils, you guys. I want you to make sure that dollar is stretched before you need to purchase again. Okay. Another option is the Home Essentials Kit. This one is the same top 10 oils, bigger bottles, 15 milliliter. So you're getting 3 times the oils, but not 3 times the price. Let me go back. 160, you're only getting 85 drops, 3 times the oils, but not 3 times the price. So you're saving $122, and they're waiving that $35 membership fee. So even more savings. And these oils are like deeper discounts. Lolly's diffuser, we talked about that. I love that diffuser. It's so pretty, so pretty. It's my favorite. Okay. Natural Solutions Kit. This is for the person that wants to replace their medicine cabinet. You saw that beautiful medicine cabinet and you're like, I want that in my home. Here it is. What can I say? Yeah, because over time you're going to buy all these products eventually. Even if you just start with the oils, you're going to be like, well, let me try this and let me try that. And then you're like, you know, get it all now into your home, and it's going to save you on shipping, time and money and all that fun stuff. All right, so what is inside this kit? There's 26 products in this kit. And if you were to divide that by 450, it comes to under $18 an item. Huge discount, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know where you're going to find supplements and probiotics for 18 bucks. I just don't. If you do know, put it in the comments that you have found products under 18 bucks that are high quality. And I have to say, you guys, for the Lifeline Vitality packs, there are $200 to $300 worth of ingredients alone in those products. $18, under $18. It's crazy to me. How do they make money? All right, so what do you get in this kit? All right, you're getting the big bottles, yay, not the little ones. So you're gonna have 250 drops. That's gonna last anywhere from 6 months to 3 years. It all depends on how often you use it. Like my oregano, when I bought my kit, I didn't replace that first bottle until after 3 years, and I did a drop almost every single day. You know, almost every single day. Lavender, lemon, peppermint, frankincense, tea tree, oregano. Or I didn't every day. I'm sorry, every week. Oh my God, I totally misspoke. My bad. Oil blends you're going to get the 5 milliliter adaptive. So we're going to calm that mind before bed or before you have a presentation or before you have a meeting. Maybe you don't like someone at work. That's why I use it. Okay, deep blue. No, I like all the people I work with. But some, you know, attitudes, you just need you need that wall when there's attitude. You know what I mean? And adaptive like helps you like just kind of, okay, this chick needs adaptive. Deep blue, we talked about that. Serenity, On Guard, Digestin, and the Breathe. Now the doTERRA On Guard products, okay, you'll get the toothpaste. I cannot live without that toothpaste. I've had I've had at least 2 dentists, I had 2 dentists, just like, they don't understand. They think it's my toothbrush. And I haven't had I don't know, maybe my next dentist, I'll be like, give this to your patients. And they're going to come back again and again and again because they're going to have the best checkups and not spend so much money on you. I know they really won't like you. Sanitizing mist, we talked about that. The On Guard soft gels, you can add that to your supplement regimen. You know, before you head out the door. Yeah, you get the fractionated coconut oil. Oh, you get the wooden box so you can keep your oils organized. And what I'll do is when you order this this kit, you'll get a sheet of stickers. I'll send that to you so you can sticker your caps. So when you put them in your box, you know what oil, so you don't have to like constantly pick up and do the match game. You know what I mean? Breathe Vapor Stick, Correctix, and the PD Assist Plus. So you get all this. And guys, I have to say, I know you're probably still on the floor at the price, $450. This kit used to be over $500 when I first started. And all they've done is changed out like, you know, they switched out a couple of products. I just don't know. And you save $235. This is what you're going to save. Like if you were to just buy the oils and then eventually the products, you're going to spend $239 later. Yeah, For true. And they waive the membership fee, so you get a free membership for the whole year. Yay. All right, the smartest way to buy after you get your kit and you need to replenish because you started a protocol, you're doing, the daily steps that I showed you, that protocol earlier, you're going to need to replace, or you're going to want to try new products. Smartest, cheapest way to do it is loyalty rewards. doTERRA loves to thank their customers that come back again and again. So they're going to give you points that you can use towards their products. So I look at it as a savings account. I really do. Like every time I shop, I've got points, they rack up. And then when I'm like over budget or there's something like I really need it right now, then I use my points and it saves me time and money. Everybody starts out at 10%, but the goal is to get you at 30%. And here's why. So if you have, just for math's sake, 100 PV in your cart and you're at 30%, you're going to get 30 points back every month. Receive free product credits of product of the month with a 225 PV order placed on or before the 15th of the month. So doTERRA will give you not only points, but even additional free oil every month. And that's 12 oils, free oils a year that you can get. You can buy retail, you can purchase all these products retail, but why pay full price? I mean, I don't know, you guys, stop paying full price. We're already paying full price at the pump. Let's not pay full price for these oils. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. Wholesale is another option. It's the most common. Everybody does the wholesale account where they get 25% off. Doesn't mean you have to buy again. It doesn't. You could just like say you tried it and you're like, it's all right. Just don't buy and replace from Amazon. Don't do it. Don't do it. And here's why. We can't guarantee. doTERRA cannot guarantee. I cannot guarantee. I cannot support you if you buy from them because I don't know what's in that oil. People have gotten very clever on replacing the proofed caps to where they're not broken, and you can have all kinds of junk in there. And they won't do you anything. You're not going to feel any different. And then you wasted your money. Don't waste your money, people. It irritates me so much when I hear that people buy from Amazon after they enroll with someone. And it's just like, you are not supporting that small business. You're supporting Bezos. That dude doesn't need any more of your money. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. I'm getting off my high horse. I'm going to move. It's because it's hot in here. It makes me moody. Maybe I need some more oils. What do I need? All right. That's it. I'm tired of being in a bad mood. I'm trying to teach my class. What do I have in here? All right. No, I'm disrupting the class. I'm trying to change my life. So I've got my forgive and I got my console. I need both right now because it just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad that people would do that. And these are your friends. This is not somebody you don't know. You don't know Bezos. Why are you giving them your hard-earned cash money, people? Stop it. Stop it. All right, let's change some lives, you guys. I love Emily Wright. Oh my God, what an incredible soul this woman is. She will go, she's one of the founders, and she will go to the ends of the earth to find these plants for us. I've seen so many videos of her in putt-putt planes and boats, little Perus, little kayaks. I don't know what they are. All kinds of ways to get to these remote locations because they found that the plants where they grow, they're still vital. They're still the nutrients in the ground haven't been contaminated with the other bullshit that we put in our soil, and that's why these oils work every time because the land hasn't been touched by or hasn't been soiled. Okay, so there's 3 types of people that become members of doTERRA and come to my class. The first person is going to live the wellness lifestyle. They're going to get into the oils. They're going to get into the products. They're going to get the benefits. Their family's going to thrive and not survive. They're going to actually feel like they're thriving. They're going to feel better. They're going to do better. And they're just going to like make their dreams come true. Another person naturally is thinking of their mom, their sister, their aunt, their best friend, their cousin, their neighbor, the person that they see once a week at the grocery store, and they've built a relationship with them. They naturally want to share these products. They're like, hey, so and so, and I get this a lot from my customers is, they thought of someone, what oil can they use? And then I tell them, and then they share. And the third person, wants to make an impact in their community. They want them to feel better. They want them to get the relief that they so well deserve. And they want to make it, they want that income, they want to supplement the income. They want to replace their income. They want their time and money, their time freedom back. They want to have time with their families. They don't want to have to go to work 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 7 to 7, whatever it is, just to afford the home and the food and clothes and to pay for the vacations. They want more freedom in their life. That's a builder. Every purchase changes the lives of growers and their communities for better through co-impact sourcing and the Healing Hands Foundation initiatives. God, I cannot read. Okay, so earlier in the class, I had talked about co-impact sourcing and Healing Hands Foundation. That's what got me like, okay, I got to get with this company. So at the time, it was 2017. We just had an election, and I wanted to align myself with companies that were not just like, trying to make a quick buck, but was also giving back to the communities, serving the farmers, serving those communities, not just raping and pillaging over there and ripping, their resources from the ground and then just giving them a penny. Like, no, that's not, we can't treat people like that. So both sides of the bottle, they're just consciously aware that they have to treat, both sides of the bottle. Co-impact sourcing started in Haiti. Okay, vetiver is sourced in Haiti. We all know Haiti's history and how volatile, they have their ups and downs. And vetiver is at its optimum peak for harvest at 18 months. And the farmer was like, you know what, that's not sustainable to get a paycheck every 18 months, because that's what they get paid when it's harvested. So doTERRA worked it out that they get paid fair market value to keep it in the ground. Okay, awesome. Got to get with that. And the Healing Hands Foundation is they're a nonprofit organization. It provides clinics. If there's no clinics, they'll use the money founded in their foundation and build those clinics, schools, education, needs for children, needs for girls and women. I mean, if there's no running water, like in Haiti, there was no running water in the community where they were sourcing their vetiver. So they built a pipeline, and now they have running water in Haiti where they source vetiver. Yay! So that community has clean running water. Who does that? doTERRA does. All right. So yeah, doTERRA improves lives every day, all around the world. Yeah, so join us in making this world a healthier, happier place. All right, so how do we sign up? So this is the information you're going to need. It's just a screenshot here. Your name, address, city, state, zip, date of birth, email, phone number. And don't worry about the enroller ID, enroller name. That's me. I just need, your basic information to get started. That's it. I don't need your firstborn. The only reason I would need your social security number is if you wanted to be a wellness advocate and make some income, because that's for tax purposes. That's it. Okay. But if you just want to be a wholesale customer, not do the business, not sell or share, that's fine too. Totally fine with me. All right. So who you buy from is just as important. Okay. And it's where you get it, because I'm sorry, Target, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, the gas stations, the Dollar Tree, they are not going to call you and say, hey, I saw that you purchased Lavender Breathe. Or, hey, let's do a wellness consult because you're into oils. They're not going to do that. They're just not. They just want you to come back and get more of their crappy oils. No, they want you to get to the root cause of your symptom, your ailments, and live a whole life, feel whole more often. So what you're going to get is a wellness consult for me. It could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, just depending on, how long it takes. We're going to go over the 3 things you want to feel more or less of. We're going to focus on the one thing. We're going to pick one, come up with a protocol for the next 30, 60, 90 days, and you go from there. You'll also get an advanced oil magic book. So, any protocol you want to look up, it's right in here. And then that's where you're going to get the ideas to create your LRP order, because some of these protocols are anywhere between, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, sometimes a year. It just depends on, the severity of the ailment, right? Oil camp, you're also going to be invited to oil camp so you can learn even more about your oils. My team will educate you. These women are amazing. They know their stuff. Just really great information, so that none of these bottles are sitting on your shelf collecting dust and not getting opened, because that's the last thing I want to happen when you purchase. Simple Abundant Life with Nick. You can follow me on the social media platforms. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm constantly posting tips, tricks, hacks in this class, in these Wellness Wednesday class, because continuing education is super important, super important. And it's my favorite thing I like to do. It's my favorite thing. All right. Nature is man's first remedy. Everything needs to be found there. Amen to that. All right. That's it, you guys. I'm going to stop the share one of these days. Sorry. Oh no, it's dark. My computer is so slow, you guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. All right. Yay. Okay. If you're still with me, yay. If not, I totally understand. I would have left a long time ago too. All right. Because I have lost my damn mind in this heat. Okay. And it's not that bad. I know it's way worse in some other parts of the country. So grab your peppermint and cool off, you guys. All right, thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're going to talk about gut, hormone, and weight, or no, it's gut, weight, and hormone reset. So that's a, that's a 90-day program. I know you're thinking, God, that's a lot. But the first 30 days, once you get past that, then the next 60 and 90 is like easy peasy. You just got to get through the first 30 days, because all we're doing in those first 30 days is building up healthy forming habits. That's it. We're just forming these healthy habits so that you're shifting your lifestyle over to what you really want it to be, so you can feel whole more often. Okay, that's it, you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Love you. Be well. Bye.